Good morning. Well, it's raining again. We've had about 6/10 or a little bit more. I've got a seed truck coming here in a little bit, so I'm gonna do some cleaning up inside. I was just looking at the trench. Too full of water. That's pretty much what I expected. They're coming Tuesday to set the propane tank over here, so we've got time. So we're just gonna let that soak in, and we're above the drain tile here, and it should flow right down that trench into the tile and pretty much naturally drain for the most part. So I'm not too terribly concerned about pumping that water out of there for right now. If there's still water there on Monday, maybe we will. I'll fix my hair for you guys. But I gotta go inside, move some boxes around and stuff, and we'll get ready for 22 seed already. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a tile right down there. All the water's flowing through. If I took a shovel and dug a little bit of that dirt out, we'd get rid of a lot of water faster. But it's going. So I want to say there's a very, very good chance that we are done planting wheat, or at least done treating wheat. However, that might not be the case. It depends on how much we need. We should have plenty of seed to patch in the wet spots if we ever even get a chance to patch in the wet spots. So I'm probably not going to treat anything else. So we can get this conveyor out of here. We need to clean the seed treater up. Not going to happen today, but those two boxes on that tender are all of the treated wheat that I have left in here. Those boxes are all empty and are waiting to be returned. Those boxes are all empty, so that's good. At least we don't have a ton of treated wheat sitting around, but we do have a little bit, and it would be nice to be able to use it up. The truck's here. He eventually made it back to the door where we can get stuff out. After never mind. We got a truckload. There's 20 boxes on it. Well, we finally got some seed. The truck drivers, they don't care for my driveway because it slopes down away from the barn so much, and it's a big hard push getting uphill with a manual pallet jack. He had a manual pallet jack and 20 boxes. It took a little while, but that's okay. Check it out. We've got two different varieties here, 6 boxes of this 2.9 and 3,060 seeds per pound. Relatively small this year. Got to be a germ on here, 90%, which is standard normal. Even if they're 98%, it's going to get tagged as 90. Another variety, 3,040 seeds per pound, consistent. 90%, looks good. It is very early to have seed brought in. It's rare. I don't know if I've ever had seed in October before, but I learned a long time ago, you don't tell them no when they call and say, hey, we've got some seed, do you want it? Because you might not get it or might not get what you want if you don't take it when they have it available for you. Plus, we do have a early delivery bonus, I guess you could call it right now. I get about 25 bucks a box for bringing them in October, in addition to what my normal commission is. So it's not a lot, but there's 20 boxes there times 25 bucks is 450 bucks, right? Isn't that right? So, you know, it was worth it. Oh man, guys, there's water everywhere. So we're up to about 7/10 here today. I decided to come up to Jonesville for a couple of reasons. I just got done with lunch with my engine customer up here, just chatting with them and giving plot results and talk about stuff a little bit. So that went well. We're gonna go find a bean head. Yeah, so let's go check out the John Deere dealer and see what our new head looks like. Well, let's see what we can find. There's a nice tractor, 370R. There's an S680. Does it look familiar? Pretty sure it does. Pretty sure that's our head sitting right next to it. And there's the old one. Where's my header cart? So, this is the new Draper. It is a RD RD40F, and there are a few big differences that we can point out. One is the divider points are much shorter, which will be a very, very nice thing. Two, we've got the flip over reels. See how these fingers are pointed up? They actually spin over completely, and they go over the top to keep it from wrapping so bad. The arms and stuff are a little different. These are quite rigid, thick fingers. Look a little different than what we had before. Oh yeah, there's the number. RD40F, Hydroflex, which is basically the same thing that we had. It's a rigid frame, but it's a flex cutter bar. The center feed belt is quite a bit different. Looks good. And the center feed drum is also different. I hear, is it there? Is it there? It's got a light up the emblem. Ah, somebody scratched it all up. Dang, I might have to complain. No, it's not a big deal. It's nice, looks good. Most of it looks pretty similar to the old one. Just a few little updates here and there. So looking forward to getting it home and being able to actually run it, but it's gonna have to dry out a little bit. Cool. Like I said, hopefully we get it home soon. There's a brand new 45-foot Draper, but that one is a 745. It's not the RD45F, like it's a series older. Interesting. Yep. Still got water, although it's going down. We can see more of this field every day. See if the river comes back up tomorrow after we get some rain today. I made it back, just checking out some stuff on the house. They got the rest of the walls textured. It looks more texture than it is because there's a color variation. It's really pretty fine, fine enough that you won't see it looking across the room once it gets all painted and stuff. So the drywall guys are done. They came in and cleaned up. They did a heck of a job cleaning up. It was dirty in here, as you can imagine. So yeah, that looks fantastic. They tell me they're coming tomorrow to start primering the walls, which I was surprised by, but that'd be great. The electrician has been here, and check it out. We've got like real lights with a switch and everything. That's awesome. So we're wired in there. So how did he get power to them? We haven't pulled wires into the panel yet. Interesting. I'm guessing it has something to do with that cord right there. A little temporary power feed going on in there. That's all right. That's cool. Awesome. He also ran a little conduit. We've got spot for a well pressure tank hookup there. We got an outlet box for our water heater and whatever else we need. Sump pump and grinder pump for that stuff. And he was going to run a conduit, yeah, for the furnace here. So cool. So believe it or not, I have a shipment of corn coming. So truck driver just called me. He's about 5 miles away and going to be here shortly. So we're going to figure out where to put some corn, I guess. Well, we didn't get a ton of corn here, but 3 boxes and a couple of pallets. That one pallet is all the same here on the bottom, and the other one's a couple different varieties in there. So now we go into mouse prevention mode. I've got like 3 mouse packets over there yet left over from last year that I don't know. I should probably buy some fresh stuff, but we'll use that. I also have no idea if there's any effectiveness to this stuff or not, but I throw some moth flakes or balls or whatever I happen to have around. I'll just scatter it on the floor around it just to try and keep the mice out of these bags. I don't know if it helps. Makes me feel better. Well, it's been kind of drizzly and crappy like this all day, but it really hasn't amounted to much. We're up to about 3/4 of an inch total, but we were at 6/10 when I got here this morning. So it's rained all day and we've had 1500s. It certainly isn't drying out. I know that. As far as when we're going to get back in the fields, I'm thinking maybe by Friday, Thursday, Friday. We're a full week out, I would say. It is supposed to get better weather conditions, at least not rain anymore, but it's going to get cold next week, highs in the 40s. Things are not going to dry very fast, so I thought maybe Dad was out here, but nope, he's not. Looks like he's got a pile of logs he's getting ready to cut up. He's been planing some boards. He had some real big ones. Let's open up the kiln room and take a look. So he's got this room he's built out here. He got a heater up there in the corner, a dehumidifier running, a couple of fans to keep the air moving. He's got some walnut boards down here. These are going to be stair treads for my house. So we're getting those dried out. A couple fans down there running, just trying to get air moving through here, draw the humidity down. And these ones down here, the ones he was planing today, these are white oak. I think these are what we're going to use to wrap those beams on my back porch there. It's got a couple really long ones, like long enough to span the almost 17 feet in one board without a splice in it. So that's really cool. I'm excited about that. He's got them planed down pretty close, but he said they were still about 14% moisture, so we wanted to dry them out and then would finish planing them down to the 3/4 dimension once they're dry. These, that one's really thick, but these are like 1.5 or maybe 1.75. They'll be 1.25 treads when we're done. And I think we've got some wide enough ones, if they're decent quality and not cupped enough, that we'll be able to do single piece stair treads and not have to glue boards to do it to get the right width. So those will be pretty sweet too. Dad always says when the wet spot from the hose, the drain hose for the dehumidifier dries up and it's not putting any more moisture out, that's how you know the boards are dry, and it seems to hold pretty true. Anyway, tomorrow's Saturday and it's wet, so I'm probably not working tomorrow. I may do some work down in my house. I've been looking at stuff in the garage a little bit, thinking about doing some wiring for lights down there. I was gonna try really hard to stay away from putting drywall on the ceiling or on the walls, especially in my garage. And that's why I didn't have them just do it, because I don't really want drywall on the walls in the garage. It's too easy to get dinged up, nicked up, and it just, like, I would rather do something different. But I am sort of leaning towards putting it on the ceiling from a noise control. I was thinking about steel, but steel is loud and echoey. Drywall on the ceiling wouldn't be the worst thing. I have the drywall there. All I have to do is hang it. It's not hard to do. And it would be pretty easy to attach some lights to it and stuff. So I was trying to figure out what I want to use for lights, and found some panel lights that would surface mount and be pretty nice, I think. So kind of leaning that direction. I might work on that a little bit tomorrow, at least getting some boxes in place where I'm going to need them. But I will see you guys probably on Monday. No idea what's going on next week. Hopefully by the end of the week we'll be back in the fields and do something a little bit more exciting. I did get a call from the John Deere dealer today about that head. They said they hooked it up and ran it yesterday, and there was a bracket missing somewhere that was making a belt jump or something. I don't know. They're supposed to get it tomorrow morning, and they said they might bring the head out tomorrow, but it'll probably be Monday, which is fine because we aren't exactly going to combine beans between now and Monday. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, everybody. You know what's this weekend? You know what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is a big time college football Saturday. We got my Sparties taking on that other school in Michigan. That's going to be a good game there. Go green. And then tomorrow night, the Buckeyes are playing against Penn State, and another really big game, except for Penn State's not as good as, you know, they used to be because they lost to Illinois. So a little luster off of that one, but still should be a really good game, and they better bring their A game, otherwise Penn State will beat them. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday. Hit that like and subscribe button for me, please. If you would, I would certainly appreciate it. And if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. See you guys.